Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning into another Supatease video. And there is no better time than literally right now to stop what you're doing and make a Frost Mage, because this specialization is probably one of the most fun experiences I have had for the specialization throughout multiple spans of expansions. It's a playmaker. It's got good sustained damage. It has amazing control to just make people really upset when they are unable to attack you. So in today's video, we're going to be covering all of the sick plays that you can make on the Frost Mage and all the reasons why you're missing out on a great time if you don't. So right off the bat, Alter Time. This is a fantastic spell that I just used there. You can use it to predict enemies' attacks. You'll take damage and then heal it right back when you snap the keybind again. It's a super smooth ability that feels really good when you nail it down. Now when we're getting aggressive, we've got things like Icy Veins and Ring of Fire. We can drop down massive AoE circles that are going to cleave down multiple enemy targets, pin them at the pillar, and get them on the run. Ray of Frost is another excellent ability here as we've channeled it out onto the Druid, but the Druid appears to be prepared for it as he was able to recover in that Tree of Life. Now, when we don't have defensive cooldowns, we got to be tactical. We can't just be willy-nilly running around. So we're going to Frost Nova the Warrior, blink across the map, and Alter Time again. This way we're kiting the Warrior, we're soaking the Hunter damage, and we're just healing all of it back immediately. You're going to feel like such a god when you learn how to master blinks and Alter Time on this specialization. We're continuing to pull the Warrior back behind the pillar. We're trying to line of sight. We drop a Frost Bomb, which is super fun. This ability hits really hard when you can shatter it. Unfortunately, here he was Blade Storming, so I wasn't able to time it, but when you get an Ice Nova timed right at the end of a Frost Bomb, it explodes for a huge amount of damage. It reminds me of the Mists of Pandaria Frost Mage Frost Bomb, and it's super satisfying. Counterspell, another kind of more standard ability that most classes have, but on Mage it lasts extra long duration of an interrupt, so if you can learn to land those on enemy healers or enemy attackers, you're really going to limit their potential. We're continuing to just blast wave the Warrior around, line of sight the Hunter, trying to wait and pick our moment here. We want to time our damage around Ray of Frost and Frost Bomb. We get pinned down here, but we pre-alter time, so we're going to blink away, bait the Warrior to blink, soak a couple more hits of damage, and then just alter right back to the pillar and look to line of sight while continuing to kite the Warrior. We drop a Frozen Orb and a Blizzard on the pillar, and look how much fun this Warrior is having. Not a lot right now, so if you want to make these melee DPS really mad in PvP, just make a Frost Mage. You're immediately going to make a lot of enemies. We're Frost Novaing the Warrior on this side, sheeping him behind the pillar. Now we're looking to try and counterspell the Cyclone, go for some big damage here on the Hunter. Ray of Frost through the aspect of the Turtle because it continues channeling, but we do have to blink away from the Warrior who's looking to reconnect to us. I see Ring of Fire opportunity. You want to be getting Ring of Fire down as much as you can because it's doing percent health damage. Any abilities that you've got on any class, really, if they do percent health, healing, or damage, you want to be min-maxing those because HP is really high and those abilities are super valuable. We can sheep up the enemy Hunter here to save our teammates. So not only, great personal defense, damage, burst output, but the ability to clutch and save your team at a critical moment when they really need your help with things like Polymorph is going to be super important and really satisfying as far as an experience. Here we've got a double coil. We got the Hunter isolated for a moment. I'm doing my best to lob out Ice Lances, but our Druid is really low right now. He's going for Tranquility, so I'm trusting that he's going to survive, and I'm just going for the kill. We're going to drop down a Ring of Fire, try and go for a Frost Bomb. We get Scatter Shot. This is a big combo of damage when you can get Ring of Fire down with a Frost Bomb. As it's about to go off, Ice Nova, huge shatter, absolute KO, even despite almost going down in that round. So I've been having a huge amount of fun on this specialization, and I'm in full greens. I don't have any tier set bonus. I'm not running the Glacial Spike build. Personally, I don't really like the Glacial Spike build. I think situationally it's probably better than this build, but in a lot of cases it's just really hard to actually be able to cast it without it getting grounded or getting sheared or getting interrupted or stunned infinitely, and you're kind of just left there hanging trying to cast this spell and not maximizing your damage. So I've preferred to not run the Glacial Spike overall. In this next round we got a Warrior, so we're gonna have to be a playmaker. We're gonna be getting crowd control, playing around the pillar. This is a really scary matchup. Things like Hunters are generally really hard, so we're gonna move in with our Warrior. We're gonna try and get into a good position to try and get crowd control early. We're trying to snare the Warlock. We're going to lock out this Cyclone, and we're just going to go crazy in the opener here on this Warlock while line of sighting the Hunter at the same time. So always against the Hunter, you want to be staying near a pillar. I blink behind the pillar to avoid interrupts on that Ray of Frost. We get fully channeled. We alter time as the Hunter disengages in my line of sight. We're going to use our barriers to absorb damage, and we're just soaking all of these hits because as soon as my alter time is ready, I can just rewind all of this back and be totally fine. We've got pretty much every cooldown. We're lobbing a Frost Bomb. We're swapping off Iron Barks with Frost Bomb over over onto the hunter. And one thing though with Frostbomb is that healers will dispel it. So one little trick you can do to get around this is to polymorph the DPS you're not attacking and Frostbomb the one you are attacking. So the healer has to make a tough decision. Do I take the polymorph off my DPS or do I take the Frostbomb off? Another option is to just CC the healer so they are unable to dispel it. That's going to be the more standard one, but I really do like the trying to crowd control a DPS, baiting Dispel, and then going for a Frostbomb all in on a target. I think that I do it at some point in this round. Ring of Fire here on the Shockwave, so the Warlock can't move away. We try and go for a Ray, but the Blink is a little bit misaligned there, but you do want to start a Ray and Blink behind the pillar. We're alter timing the Hunter cooldowns. We're spamming Polymorph on the Hunter. Our healer's in a freezing trap, so we got to focus on defense, surviving right now. We can see that crowd control here on this frame. Whenever that pops up with a little red box, we know our healer can't heal, and because of that crowd control chain, we're getting pressured too much. We're going to Ice Block, which is something that can be tricky at times, especially with how high burst damage can be situationally. We're dropping down some damage here on the Hunter as he's overextended, always just swapping targets, hit whatever's near you. You don't really want to compromise your position, but I go for a double Blink CS, and Blink Counterspell can be something healers don't expect, especially when they're playing really far away. So if you see a healer just spam casting a spell far away, you can sometimes double Blink and then reset and go back in time as well, much like Tracer would in Overwatch, and you can make a play with just an interrupt. So we've got the Warlock on the far side of the map. I've got the Druid here in Cyclones. I'm trying to get Polymorphs on him on his way over. We're going to counterspell the Drain Life so the Warlock doesn't self-heal back up to full health. We're going to pop our Icy Veins here, go for a Frostbomb, sheep off the Stormbolt, and even despite having Iron Bark up right now, that Frostbomb, if I can shatter it with a Ray, it's going to do a lot of damage. They Infernal the Ray, they're getting even lower. They're so close to going down, but it looks like they're not going to, so we're going to immediately get back to the pillar. See this pet kind of low, so we're going to finish that pet off real quick. We're going to just trying to maximize any opportunities that we can here, and with that pet gone, they've lost their Mortal Wounds effect, so it should be easier for our Druid here to heal in the middle of the map. They've got Tranquility, but I'm still sheeping the Hunter's True Shot. Ray of Frost, Frostbomb, trying to fake the CS, looking for a Shatter. Big Shatter. Huge crit, just absolutely dunking him there at the end of round 3. Now we're jumping in. We're going to get to play a Spell Cleave, which is always really fun. This is probably where Frost Mage is going to feel the most powerful, is when you have double caster, and you can kind of just play really aggro. You can throw yourself in at your opponents, toss out a greater invis or toss out an alter time, soak some hits, and then blink back and keep them snared and controlled, while your other caster is just doing whatever they want and doing massive amounts of damage. So this is the specialization that you're going to really be enabled on to carry games, while still also being, relatively simple, timing your damage around Flurry and Ray, as well as Frostbomb, Ice Nova Shatters at the end. You're going to be able to create opportunities on that front as well. We're just going to immediately run at this warrior and start snaring him, ice lancing him, and we're going to alter as soon as I see him get in my line, because I know I'm going to get stunned. Warriors, they don't have an easy time connecting to mages, so you can pretty much guarantee that they're going to stun you as soon as they can. We got alter up, but we're getting quite low. Alter goes off. I trusted that one right there without trinketing, which is a little bit bold of me. Fortunately, the Hunter looks like he disconnected on this round, so we're not really going to get to play the Wizard Cleave round, but we're going to move into the next one anyways, and see what we can pick up. We're moving into round 5. We got the Hunter on our team now. Now I'm trying to remember if this lobby, if he just DC'd again. He may have actually just DC'd out of the lobby after this one, which is unfortunate, but we pretty much got the gist of it, I think, from this, as far as like what is Frost Mage actually capable of and how fun it really is. And it's just so well tailored at the moment. I would have to recommend it if you haven't tried it at this point, or if you're really considering it. I would definitely give it a recommendation. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash the subscribe button, hit the like button. It's a lot of help with the algorithm. Comment down below with your thoughts, what you would like to see in the future as far as content. And other than that, thank you very much for watching the video. I will see you in the next one.